Well, shaking folks, back with another reaction, and we're back to start a new deep dive provided by a great friend of the channel, Chafic, who has provided the material for the arabesque reactions, which I've not only enjoyed a great deal and found that they are more than the disco genre, which I immediately associated with them straight away, and ultimately I've enjoyed hearing Sandra outside of her solo work, if that makes sense. Meaning the Sandra that I had heard up until that point was entirely solo Sandra, which is a funny phrase to say. But yeah, ultimately Shafiq suggested that it would be cool to go through a Dutch group, group from the Netherlands, a six member, like a sextet, if you will, and I believe that a number of them have gone on to solo careers as well. Shout out to Shafiq for sending not only the track list again, like with Arabesque, so we know what to go through and what order, but also providing some material. I think some of it taken from Wikipedia. So again, this is a girl group from the Netherlands. The first album, which is self-titled, is 1979. And yeah, ultimately, it's called Radio. I noticed that it was a single from the album, so yeah, ultimately, not knowing what this is, but you know, knowing that it may not be too far away from arabesque stylistically, which is not too far away from ABBA stylistically, which I've learned is not too far away from Neotin Familia, at least the couple songs I've heard. So I feel like this might be in a similar territory, like vocal pop mixed with some dance, like disco flavor, but also maybe drawing in some other elements. I tried not to look too closely at all the information. Again, I wanted to get a sense of, who and what they are, and at least, make sure that as we go through this first self-titled album that we're going through it in the right order. But yeah, I haven't read everything, so I don't know quite stylistically what to expect. But my expectation, based on not only who this is coming from, but also some of the material that I'm aware of from girl groups around the late 70s, early 80s. So, in any case, let's find out what it actually is. This is Radio, a single from the self-titled album from Dolly Dots, 1979. And yeah, it just says it was a single. I do remember reading at the outset of the information that they were mainly popular in the Netherlands, or that's where they were the most popular, but that they did sell in a number of countries throughout Europe. I think one of their tracks was a really big hit in Japan, which again, it makes me think of Arabesque. So yeah, it feels like we're entering a similar territory, but again, not knowing any of their music or any of their songwriting, I don't, or any of the lyrics that their songs pursue. Which again, sometimes these groups do have like songwriters who come in and write songs, and it's not written by them. But either way, let's find out. This is Radio. The track is from the 1979 Dolly Dots album by the group of the same name. the experience of hearing good music and letting it, you know, become part of your life, and, you know, maybe set your own musical brain on fire, and the embrace of that experience, which again, multiple lines along the way, it's like they're very clever with the way that they are what they're talking about. If that, you know, like long, and you extend the, like, the delivery of the word long, and you're talking about, you know, hearing music and singing along as it's like a sing along type of, you know, piece of music. It's just, the whole thing is very clever and cheeky. So again, I don't know if this is, you know, if they write their own songs, or at least some of them, or if these are all written by you know, someone associated with the band, or different people come in, but very cheeky, very clever. I like, you know, again, only having heard one tune, there's already like some personality in the way some of the lines are delivered. It, you know, there's a bit of cheek, not just in the lyrics. So yeah, it seems like a whole bunch of fun is, I guess, what I'm saying. And again, as someone who likes picking up on lines that are clever, you know, whether it's, you know, comedically or conceptually, I think I'm going to enjoy their music. And once again, it feels very logical that this would have been sent by someone who is fond of arabesque and who's helping me go through that journey, because it feels like this is a similar territory. So yeah, perhaps as we go forward, the arabesque, the Dolly Dots, the Neotin Familia, and any remaining ABBA that I can go through, I will necessarily associate them. So either way, a really cool opener. Looking forward to the rest of the self-titled album. Once again, shout out to Chafic for sharing this, for providing all the information in the document, which makes it very easy for me. I've talked about it in some other deep dives. There's some people like Kim who, you know, Tears for Fears, Soft Cell, and so on. They just help me understand, okay, so now you go to this one next because this one came out next, and it really does save me time. So I appreciate you all. Do let me know what you think of this tune. Looking forward to the deep dive. I will see you next time. Peace.